really been enjoying tonight, but this is the part of the show when we just like to really tone things down a little bit and just share how much Jesus means to us. So, I grew up in a small town in Indiana in a church-going family, and everything was great. I was really close to my dad, and my dad was the one who actually led me to Christ and baptized me when I was 9 years old, so he and I were very, very close. I kind of went through the motions for a little while there until something happened that really just rocked my world and rocked my faith. One evening after wrestling practice, I went to my grandparents' house. We were going to go there to eat dinner, and when I walked into the front door, I looked over. My grandparents have a den just right inside the door, and both my grandparents were there, my mom, my brother, and then my best friend Cody, and both of his parents were there. And Cody's dad, Doug, told me to sit down, and he looked me right in the eye and said, "Caleb, I don't want to be the one to tell you this, but your dad's in the psych ward right now. He had an emotional break and is on suicide watch right now." Words cannot describe just how empty I really felt about that. And it's just, my dad and I were just so close, and just the fact that he didn't want to be there just didn't make sense to me. So it rocked my faith, and sorry. A few weeks later, we were allowed to visit because we weren't allowed to right away because he was just not emotionally stable. So we get to where he was staying, and I may have been the last one inside there because I was a little unsure about how I felt. But I was the first one in line to give him a hug. So it just felt great to see my dad smile again and actually mean it. And if you guys can call it a coincidence if you want, but while he was there, he had to get roomed up with someone, and it just so happened that a recovering addict used to be a preacher and get stuck with my dad. So not a coincidence really, that was Jesus. But he shared a verse with my dad and with me and my family, and it's really becoming one of my favorite verses of all time. Excuse me. It's James 1:2 and 3, and it goes, "Dear brothers and sisters, whenever trouble comes your way, let it be an opportunity for joy. For when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow." At first, when he read that, it just struck me as strange, because why should I be joyous in a time of trial and a time of just sadness? But then he explained it to me that you don't become happy in the time of the trial. You become happy in the time after the trial, when it's over, because your faith is stronger for it. Since then, my dad actually has had a lot of success. He and I are still very close. And we laugh every day whenever we can talk, and that's just what Jesus is doing in my life. And I just really hope that if you guys aren't believers, that someday that hopefully you guys will be, because Jesus saved my dad, and what better thing can I ask for than that?